Hello, Worth Workers, and welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. My name is Brittany, and I'm so excited to be with you here today. Thanks so much for listening. Last week, I asked you to be kind to yourself and focus on the things that you're in control of if you are feeling a little discouraged at the time. I hope that episode was helpful for you. Today, I want to talk about consistency. Consistency, they say, is key. Consistency is more important than being perfect, which I agree with because ain't nobody perfect. So today, let's talk about consistency because I know for some of us, maybe all of us, I don't know, at least for me, when I set a goal and I'm like, I'm doing it, I'm going to be consistent this week, and I fail that goal and I get so discouraged. So let's talk about how we can work through those feelings and try and become more consistent. In terms of consistency, I think it goes back to our motivation. So when we have motivation to do something or we have a desire to accomplish a goal, we have to remember the reason why we want to do that goal. I know sometimes when I'm working out in the gym, even though I know in my head that there are so many scientific proven benefits to exercise, when I'm in the hardness of it, when it's just like, I don't want to do another push-up. No, you can't make me. I won't do it. I don't want to, I've lost the motivation. And yet I continue. Why? Because my vision or the motivation for my goal is stronger than the desire to quit in that moment. So when we're talking about our dreams and our goals, I think it's important to remember that your motivation, you're going to lack motivation sometimes, and you're not going to want to keep your goals, and life is going to happen. You're not going to want to do it. So I just want to share this quote that kind of ties into this quote. Motivation is overrated. Discipline is underrated. Motivation will fail you. Discipline will keep you going. This is talking about creating consistent habits, creating a routine. And yes, these things are amazing and they take time and they're hard to do. But when you have a routine, it's easier to make decisions because you've committed to that routine. For example, I make a goal, I need to be in bed by 10 every night, so I have enough rest to replenish my tokens. And let's say my friend's like, hey, we're going to go see the new Deadpool movie tonight. It's at 10:45. And technically, I have already made the decision. So for me, it's easier to be like, sorry, I can't come at 10:45. If you guys want to go tomorrow, I can definitely go then, but I can't. I really have to get to bed. There's important things that I need to get done. You don't have to explain yourself. You're being true to yourself. You're trusting your goals and the routine you've made. And so it's easier to make that decision because you have your vision in mind. Sometimes, for a lot of people, it works better when you have that routine, when you have that consistency. And some people really thrive with routine, with the discipline that it takes. I know for me, when I start a new healthy eating plan, it's much easier for me to just always do it instead of having one cheat day, because that cheat day just messes with me. So I'd rather just be consistent all the time because it's a lot easier for me. And some people, they can do that. They can have a cheat day. But for me, I work much better when I have a set routine. The decision's been made weeks ago, so I can just stick to it. And then I'm able to accomplish my goals better. But wouldn't it be cool if there was another way to define consistency? Especially when it comes to projects, like big projects that are going to take you a year. So for example, for me, let's say I want to make my album. The motivation to write songs doesn't always happen, or I feel like I don't get the inspiration. And sometimes when I set goals, like every night this week, I'm going to set aside time at 8:00 to just songwrite. Whatever happens, I'm going to do it. And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, like my friend needs me to pick them up at 8. I couldn't do it on Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I had to go help my family move something at 8:00 on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I didn't do it. And then there's this this guilt and this pressure that happens when I don't accomplish the goal that I've set. I'm like, I feel like a failure because I didn't do it. I said I was going to do it and I didn't do it. And I thought the decision would be easier because technically I already had made that decision Sunday night when I was planning out my week, and I couldn't say no. Life happens. So what do we do to redefine consistency? Because obviously we can't change the definition of the word consistency, but you can define it in a way that is meaningful to you. And what I mean is that consistency can look different for everyone. Doing it once a month is still being consistent. Doing it once a week is still being consistent. Doing it every day is still being consistent. Yes, there's bigger time gaps, but you're still being consistent with working towards something. Like every little step counts. It matters. So don't discount yourself when you are still making progress. So there's this pressure, and making your habits perfect can be a distraction and not sustainable for most people. Because if you're going to keep a goal, it has to be sustainable, meaning you can be in contact with that project every day. Maria Evie Bowler, she talked about redefining consistency in one of her reels. And the main takeaway from it is that we can treat our projects like we would a friend. When you think about building a relationship with a friend, how do you build it? You have to put time and energy and effort into that relationship. So maybe you hang out with that friend one day, and that's like a big chunk of your time. Or maybe you don't have time to hang, so you just send them a text, or the next day you call them. It can be the same with your project. So you create a relationship with your project by being in contact with it in some way every day. So for me, making music, let's say I don't have a set time every day that I'm working on my music, but maybe just for today, while I'm riding in the car to work, I just write down a few lyrics on my phone. I'm in contact with that project. The next day, maybe I try and work on some actual music. So I'm at my keyboard playing some stuff. And there wasn't like a set amount of time. And maybe the next day, oh my gosh, I combine them and I make a song. Oh my gosh, I have my song written. And then the next day I record a couple lines of that song. So I'm in contact. I am being consistent with the project I'm trying to finish, but it's different every day because some days I have enough tokens to give my all to it, and other times I just don't. So I can do a small thing, either review one of my songs, listen to my voice notes, like something tiny to just stay in contact with that project every day. And then I know I can be proud because I'm still taking steps forward. Some of them are bigger some days and some of them are smaller, but I'm still moving in the direction of my goal. And that's exciting because it releases that pressure that so many of us carry. I mean, the strict schedules work really well for some people. If that works for you, amazing, do it. And then if just staying in contact with a project works for you, amazing, do it. I'm just trying to show there are different ways we can be consistent and make consistency sustainable. And that's the real point of today's episode. But let's go back to the beginning when I talked about motivation. You need to know your why. You need to sit down with yourself and be like, okay, is this aligning with my life right now? Is this project gonna make me happier in the end? Like, in my dream life, is this what I see, the way I'm gonna be living? Because the way to live your dream life is to just start living it. Because when I picture my dream life, I'm waking up early, I'm working out, and then I'm getting all my work done in the morning so I can just play in the afternoon. So by 12, I want to be done all my work. So let's say I wake up at 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. That's 7 hours, minus probably one for like meals and stuff. So maybe like I want to be working 6 hours, probably 5 times a week, doing something I really enjoy. Most likely it's going to be on the computer because that's what I do. And then playing for the rest of the day. So that's my dream life. So I can start that today. In some ways, like I can get up early and I can work out and I can work on some projects before I go to work. And so, because I still have a full-time job, cleaning teeth, but I am getting closer to my dream life by, yes, creating those habits that are going to continue with me when I am living my fulfilled life. Yes, I know it's going to take a while to get to that dream life. And, I don't have the mindset of, I'll be happy when I get there. I'm happy now. I'm doing things that make me happy now. I just know that certain things are going to add to my happiness, and they are worth sacrificing now so I can have the added happiness later. But knowing your why, so when you make your goals, for your desire to be powerful enough, you have to believe in your dreams, and you have to believe that they are going to add to your life in some way. So I hope that you really have an honest conversation with yourself about what motivates you. Why are you doing the things you're doing? And if you find yourself like, frick, I am not happy right now, then maybe take a look back at what you're prioritizing right now. Because when you really want something or you really love something, you prioritize them. You put them first. Do you remember when BAE was a thing? What is your BAE? What is your before all else you're going to get done? Hopefully, because I'm a dental hygienist, you are brushing your teeth before all else. I'm just kidding. I just love dental jokes. But what is your before all else? So let's say you have time to prioritize 5 things today. So what are they going to be? Is it going to be your health? So are you going to exercise today? Is it going to be your work? Are you going to get some projects done that you need to at home? Is it going to be your dreams? Am I going to work on my music today? Is it going to be your relationships and your friendships? I'm going to tell you right now that relationships should be closer to the top of the list because you need people in your life. We are meant to be interdependent. We aren't meant to be alone. You have a tribe. If you don't have your tribe, find your tribe. You're going to find them, I promise you. Just be yourself, do things that you love, and on the path of you doing the things that you love, you're going to find people who love those things too, and your tribe will get bigger and bigger. But relationships help us feel safe and help us feel loved, and when you are loved and you feel safe, you have the courage and strength to go out and do things. So when you're thinking about your 5 priorities of the day, make sure you are building your relationships. So tell those that you love them. Give them a hug or send them a text and just be like, hey, thinking about you today. Be in contact just like you would with your projects. I mean, not just like you would, but like make an effort to make relationships at the top of your priorities. Maybe a 5th one. Am I going to tap into my spirituality today or to my mental toughness? So I'm doing yoga or I'm doing mindful breathing or I'm praying. Like once you know what you're prioritizing, you can go from there and create a map for what you're going to do today, for what you're going to do for the week. But again, that all depends on your priorities and what you love and what you want the most. Once you have your priorities, you're going to be able to be more consistent. And however you define your consistency, whether that's doing a strict schedule, if that works for you, great. Or just being in contact with whatever goal you're trying to work on, somehow every day, you can write that down too. You can plan for that. You need a plan if you're going to get to where you're going. You can't be aimless. But also, just remember, have fun. Enjoy the process. The process, yes, it may be hard, but it's supposed to be enjoyable. So I hope that you are working on your goals, working on your plans. You're learning how to be consistent in a way that works for you and that you're able to add to your happiness this week. Your worth work this week is to pick a priority that you are motivated about and then make a goal to be consistent with that priority. The music is my priority this week, so my goal is just to be in contact with that project in some way every day this week. So I've planned 3 set music sessions and I'll try and get to those. But for the other days, I'm just going to touch on that project a little bit. So I'll reread some lyrics, make sure they're okay. I'll listen to my recordings of my music, just reviewing. That's going to be my touching the project. All right, I'm excited for you to find out what your priorities are and to try and be consistent this week. Please let me know how it's going. I want to hear from you. You can find me at trust_your_worth on Instagram or at the website at www.trustyourworth.com. If no one has told you today, you are powerful, you are strong, and don't forget to trust your worth. Okay, thanks so much for listening. Have a great week. Love you. Bye.